Hey, 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 this is Seagrove, and today I'm here with a bunch of awesome guys who are going to be talking to you all about, and me, I guess, the NAIC. And we're going to let them introduce themselves. We're going to do things a little bit differently today, but I think it'll be hopefully a little bit more fun. So, Sam, why don't you go ahead?
My name is Sam Chen, and Joey. What am I ranked? I'm currently ranked
You're number
sixth or
six.
seventh in North America.
Sad.
So I'm locked for top 16 going to the international championships. I got third last year, so trying to do better this year. So we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, if you get first or second, third, fourth, whatever, you're getting top four, right?
I think even with the top eight, I'll probably be in top four because you can expect a few of the people. Like you can, it's hard. It's hard for ranks, 3 through 6 or whatever it is to all
Right.
finish top 16 or better. So I think if I top eight, I'm going to be in top four.
Cool. Azul, you're up.
Hey, what's up? Saul Garcia Griego. I play a lot of Pokemon. That's about it.
Or Team Magna Carta or whatever it's called.
Team Carta Magica.
Yes.
Yeah.
Magna Carta. All right.
Is it
Magna Carta.
Columbus
forgot.
asthma.
Russ, go ahead.
My name's Russ LaParre. I run someone's PC. I've been playing for 4.5 years. I'm ranked 25th. I think Azul's ranked second or first. I don't really keep track of them. They'll go ham over there. He's up there. I'm the lowest rank on the cast. I'm 25th. And yeah, that's about it.
Joe.
I am Joe Ruettiger. Been playing for a while. First year in Masters. Doing okay.
Yeah. Do not. All right, cool. So this time, instead of just doing straight questions, I have one for you all before we get into everything. And then we're going to do a true false, where we go around and everyone says true or false, and you can't explain it until after everyone said what they think. Okay?
Okay.
So first question, before we get into that, I want to talk about the NAIC format because it's a bit different than regionals and any of the other ICs, assuming that it's as big as we think it's going to be. So first of all, how big do you all expect this to be? Do you think it's capped at 1,600, 2,000? Where do you all think it's capped? 1,300? What do you all think? Any guesses?
I think it's probably around 16. I think they would. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it's around 16. It should be more than last year because we had like a bunch of people who didn't even make it last year. Some notable players as well. So I'm hoping it's at least 1,600. I don't even know if we'd get to 2,000 if they let us cap at 2,000. I think we'll reach the cap for sure. I don't think it's quite going to be.
You still think
quite
we're going to
as high as
reach?
2,000.
That was my next question. Do you all still think we'll reach the cap? We're
Yeah.
at like 80% with a week left.
Maybe close. Maybe like 95.
Okay.
95 to close that out. Yeah.
I'm thinking it might be 2,000. Is that crazy? A 2,000
Not at
person
all.
cap?
It's not at all to think that. They capped last year, and it was 16. Not even.
No, we had like
14,
12.
15,
it was
I
like
think.
We had 12. Yeah, it was
It's
a
12
lot
or 13.
smaller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year was 1346 total, but I think the cap
Yeah.
was 1,400.
Yeah.
We reached the cap last year though, right?
We
Yeah,
did.
but people didn't
Yeah.
come.
We're hitting cap this year. I don't think we're not gonna hit cap. I just don't know what the cap is.
Okay.
The only reason I want it to be very high is because I have a bunch of homies that I want to see get their 512.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Everyone else, I don't care. You do
Yeah.
you.
Cool. The next question, excuse me. We'll go ahead and hop right in. Oh, my next question about the formatting. It has top 64. Is there any chance that we end up with more than top 64? Because all 7 2s make it, right? Is there any chance that we have like 87 and 2s?
No, we don't have enough people for that. We won't have enough people
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah, we just won't have enough
okay.
people. Because like, what is it?
Last year, two people got bodied by it. Or 2 years ago, wasn't it? There was a year where Serena got in, and she was 33rd in her pod because someone else got in at 32nd, but had a
No.
like less. They had
No,
more.
no,
they had worse
she
than
had
X-
less. She was 32nd, but she had less points than the 32nd in the other pod. And there was actually 30. It was Cannabis 33rd and someone 34th had the same amount of points as everyone who else made it in. Serena bumped in with 1 less point than everyone else in her pod. But there's people in the other pod who had more points than Serena who did not make it today too.
So they didn't get in because there was an X and 2, right?
But I think it was I think it was 6-2-1 though. It was still
That's what I thought. I thought they were
Yeah.
at 20. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we could just go based off of like St. Louis. There were 1,000 people there, and 47 7-2s made it. So like, I think it's gonna be around like anywhere in the realm of like probably 60 to 70 of like 7-2s.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we had more than 64 7-2s.
No, I think it's possible, right? Because if you look at Fort Wayne was what? Fort Wayne was 750-ish, and with 750-ish, there were 33 people in day 2. Hartford was, I don't know, 800-ish. I forget the exact number, and there were 35 people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Memphis
I think
wasn't Memphis the biggest one? Memphis had like 1,200 or like 1,100.
Right, but there's 2 pods. They're flighting the tournament.
Yeah. And each pod
flight-
should have 1,000-ish. So
If
Yeah,
each,
so it'll be
if
close.
each pod
I think
has
we can
than
have more.
750
I think we have 70 or 80 7-2s, which is nuts. But I think that's pretty cool. But it sucks for people who don't make it.
Yeah, I guess we probably will then. It'll depend on the tie percentage, but depending on how many people. Yeah, if we get 1,600 people, then it probably will be
Yeah.
top.
This
top,
this
or
format
70%
isn't
of the
really conducive to ties. If you
Yeah, don't
Like-
tie.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, don't tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if I'm going into the NAIC, I'm going in with the mindset that a tie, like an early tie, is as good as a loss.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to win the tournament, 'cause-
Tying like after round 7 or 6, that's fine.
Yeah, well, no, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
an early
okay.
tie is better than a late tie. Like, I would rather tie round 1 than round 3 or 4, because tying round 1 means you can go 6-0-3 still. You just win out, or you can play for a tie at a later round. Like,
Oh, but
Huh?
I'm saying 3 or 4 is still bad. Like I would rather just tie like 6-0-1, and then now it's
Oh,
like one,
yeah, yeah,
one,
yeah. Oh, now
one
you
more
just tie
win,
again.
one more win, and then I can just tie again, right?
yeah.
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 That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Cool. So let's get into the true false section, which is the majority of what we'll be doing here. So again, here's the rule. Just say true or false, and try no explanation, just true or false. And then after everyone has said, then we'll explain, because it may come down to semantics. Well, you said better, not best play, so I think it's this or whatever. So here we go. First question, we'll go in this order: Sam, Azul, Russ, Joe, and then we'll rotate the order, but you'll always be after the person I mentioned. Okay, so Sam, Azul, Russ, Joe, and then Azul, Russ, Joe, Sam, and then like etc. First question: Sam, Azul, Russ, Joe. Necrozma is the better Malamar variant. In other words, Necrozma is better than Ultra Necrozma. True or false?
Ooh. False.
Azul,
true.
Russ,
False.
Joe.
True.
All right. Who said false?
Sam and
I
I.
did.
All right,
I
defend
was
it.
skeptical.
Defend it. Either of you, Sam or Russ, defend it.
Yeah,
Let me start.
don't.
Let me start. I got you, dude. I got you. You look like you're doubting yourself.
I'm not doubting myself. Just I just think that Ultra Necrozma gives you you have to play Ultra Necrozma to give yourself a chance against Zoroark. And so if you look at the results from Mexico, I mean, the young Shemansky played in 14 rounds, I think he played 20 or 25 Zoroarks. So there's going to be a lot of Zoroarks in NAIC, and I don't think you can play that version of the Psychic Necrozma, straight Psychic Necrozma, and expect to beat all the Zoroarks. But I mean, as a deck itself, it's less consistent.
You near 50-50 the Zoroarks with Beast Ring, depending on how their opening hand starts and how your hand starts. I know Azul and Joe just made faces, but when's the last time y'all played against a good Ultra Necrozma player?
It doesn't matter.
That's all I'm saying. When's the last time you played against a good Ultra Necrozma player? And the past 2 events you've been to, there's barely been any Ultra, right? Or any Mali?
Because the decks are bad.
Because they're just choosing not to play them because they're also scared of Zoroark. But you have to pick between the two. This isn't, is this overall a good deck? It's what's the better between the two, and the correct answer is Ultra Necrozma. Because
because
B string
Ultra
lets you beat, yes, by
Alright,
far.
Let's hear it.
Ultra Necrozma is unfavored against Zoroark, and both of them are terrible Zoroark matchups. You should have no Malamars in play by like turn 5 against any good Zoroark player.
That's why you need B string. If you sit on
No, but it's still
Ultra Necrozma-
irrelevant. Yo, you killed one, you knocked out one Zoroark. Ah, there's another Malamar gone, you lose the game. Like, they're both terrible against Zoroark. You have to play to beat Buzzwole. Ultra Necrozma is unfavored against Buzzwole, whereas the Psychic one is favored, as long as you play like belts. But so like, there's no reason to play Ultra Necrozma. Like,
Is the Psychic one really favored against Zoroark?
no, neither of them are. They're both,
No.
they're
He's,
both-
he's
yeah,
saying
yeah.
he's saying they both lose to Zoroark, but only the Necro beats Buzzwole. That's
no,
a
it's
guarantee.
it's favored if you play belts.
Favored.
It's not even doesn't even beat it. But like the Ultra Necrozma is like, I would even say close to like 70-30 against Buzzwole. It's like actually not good against Buzzwole. The Ultra Necrozma.
Okay. All right, let's go on. Question 2. Buzzgarb is a better play than Buzzwole Lycanroc. True or false? Is a better play. Azul, you start.
False.
Russ.
False.
Joe.
False.
Sam.
I'm gonna say true.
Good. We needed that.
The reason I say true is I think Buzzgarb's Buzzwole matchup is close, and anytime you play Buzzgarb or any sort of Garb deck, you have a chance to beat, I guess, people who don't necessarily know how to play against Garb as well. So I think there's a reason Szymanski made a deep run with Buzzgarb, and I think a lot of people misplayed against him because they weren't sure how to play against Buzzgarb. I think a lot of people aren't really testing against Buzzgarb going to NAIC, and that's it shouldn't be important, but it is somewhat important in terms of whether it's a better play or not. But I mean, I've been testing both, and if I had to pick one, I don't know what I'd pick right now.
Okay. So Joe, why don't you defend the Buzzrock as the better play?
Buzzrock just has like all around good matchups, and Buzzgarb does too. I just think Buzzrock's a better deck. Like, there's not really like that and say much that distinguishes both of them. Like, Buzzrock just hits harder, faster, and Buzzgarb I feel like has a harder or easier time of bricking. And it's like, and you with Buzzgarb, you like just need to hit your beast strings. The turn becomes active. And with Buzzrock, even if you don't have beast ring, turn becomes active. You still have max elixir, so you can have a way to accelerate your energies. With Buzzgarb, you just don't really have a way to apply like that much early pressure besides just like hitting with Jet Punch.
Okay.
I mean, one comment I want to make on Sam's argument is: are we picking the better play to win the tournament or to do X to win the tournament?
Yeah.
Then the argument of people don't know how to play against Garb is just not good, because once you trying to win the tournament, you're gonna play against people who know how to play against Garb. So like, I feel like that's just off.
Fair. I've left it vague because I'm hoping to get disagreement. Next one, Russ. You can cut the second Buzzwole GX in Buzzwole Lycanroc.
I already did.
Yes. True. Joe.
True.
Sam.
True.
Azul.
True.
Yes. I'm so glad. 4 babies. So good. Because I kept prizing. I'm like obviously emotionally invested in this answer. I kept prizing my 3rd baby, and it sucked so bad. I was like,
I wanted the extra Lycanroc. You know how good it feels to claw slash something for a 1-hit KO?
Lycanroc's better than Blast.
Shit's orgasmic. 190. Oh.
So good. Okay, no one has to defend that. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys cut the second. That makes me so happy. Okay, Parallel City is losing value. Joe.
False.
Sam.
False.
Azul.
False.
Russ.
I only play one in my pod, but I'll say false.
Well, pod is a little different too, I think, because it reduces your damage. But okay.
There's a resurgence of Zoroark recently.
Yeah.
And I think you can't cut, if you're playing Zoropod or Zoroark, you can't cut all the cards from Mirror just to go hard to try to even up your matchup against Buzzwole.
Right.
You're going to be playing against, honestly, you know, people own Zoroark cards, and Zoroark's a deck that people have been playing all season. You can expect to play, you know, almost as many Zoroarks as you're going to play against Buzzwoles at NAIC.
Right.
Just on average. So if you feel like, I don't, people play different things. Some people play Enhance, some people play, you know, more Acerola. But if you feel like the parallel is one of your outs against Zoroark Mirror, if you're playing Zoroark yourself, then then it's, you got to think twice about cutting that.
Okay. I kind of jumped the gun on this one, but I'll go ahead and ask it anyways. Sam, we're back to you. 4 Baby Buzz is better than 3 Baby Buzz in Buzz Rock.
False.
Okay. Azul.
True.
Russ.
True.
Joe.
True.
Okay. Sam, why is 3 better than 4?
Different decks are trying to, I don't think it's one is better or worse than the other. It's just like asking, is it good to have 2 or 1 Remoraid in that deck? It's just like, what are you trying to do, with your build? I don't think it's wrong to cut a 3rd Baby Buzz to run a thicker line of something else, of another Pokemon.
Cut the 4th. Yeah.
Or sorry, to cut the 4th one. It's just a matter of what you want to do for that tournament. For example, in terms of counts, right? Like Igor, when he won, he played 1/1 Remoraid, 1/1 Lycanroc. And if people knew he was playing that, they would more aggressively hunt down his Remoraids and Rockruffs. So it really depends. If you want to take that risk of going to thicken another line, then you can. The 4th Baby Buzz, I think, is a flex spot.
Okay. Azul, what's your thought?
I think 4 is mandatory because you want the option to run 3 in a row. You want to start it. You're just going down to 1 Buzz GX because it's just not as good as Baby, so you just need to add the extra attacker in. Igor Sos was brought up, it was 2 GX, 3 Baby Buzz. It should have been 4 Baby Buzz, 1 GX. 4 Baby Buzz is just better because you need the option to run 3 in a row. The thing you could cut for it, I think, is actually you could cut the 4th Baby Buzz for the 2nd Super Rod, like how Tord ran 2 Super Rod, because it increases the chances of doing other stuff as well as just getting the 3rd Baby Buzz in a row. So that's a change I think you could make for it, but otherwise you just have to keep 4 Baby Buzz because you need the option to run 3 in a row. And if you prize one and you play 3, then you can get screwed over.
Quick question: is there any matchup where you don't want to go Baby Buzz for your first 3 prizes?
No. Sometimes you put Lycanroc in as your 2nd attacker or 3rd attacker after the first 2. It just depends on the situation, but pretty much that's kind of ideal. It's just to run 3 Baby Buzz in a row.
Okay.
And then you slip in Lycanroc when you want to, or sometimes a Knuckle Impact if you get lucky on elixirs.
Sometimes against Zoroark, if they're playing Zoroark, you could just run a big Lycanroc on them early and take that risk if you want to get aggressive.
Yeah.
If you can kill a Rockruff early, they don't have a way to get Dangerous Rogue on you. You can try to just stick that Lycanroc to be your first 2 prizes, but
sure.
It's very situational. Or if you're if you went 2nd or something and they have more attachments than you, and you want to use your Lycanroc to hunt their Lycanroc before they get to Rogue, it's situational. But generally, if everything goes right, you just want to, Baby Buzz early.
Yeah, I don't really see how the current list loses that much to Zoroark, even though Seb won that event. From my testing, it's if I have a Baby and a Prism and a Rockruff and I go first, I just think I just auto win the matchup. Lycanroc just kills the first Rockruff, and then the Lycanroc itself can get loaded up, and you can't even get threatened by a GX on your turn if you don't overbench. So if you draw Guzma and opening Busted Hand, then that Lycanroc just claims 4 prizes by itself, and you already took a Rockruff on turn 1, so you really don't care what they do. And if they do GX attack the Lycanroc off, congrats! Now I have Beast Ring. Yeah. I'm just gonna run you over with Beast Ring, and Sledgehammer's online. And so I haven't lost with Buzzrock to Zoroark, which is why I'm kind of in the 4 Baby camp.
I've actually tested that matchup against myself. It's not. I think it's favored for Buzz, but it's not that simple. If they can stick a Mew EX early, it's really hard to kill Mew EX. If you can trade 1 Mew EX, I guess I've been testing mostly against 3 Baby Buzz lists, but against the 3 Baby Buzz list, if you can trade 1 Mew EX for 2 Baby Buzz Walls and get an attachment somewhere else, that's an early game, that's not bad. That's 1 path that Zoroark has to, and Zorogarb, honestly, and Zoropod have to beat Buzzwall.
But I chalk that up to a lot of who's going first in the matchup as well, which I don't like. I would never want to sit down as Zoroark and be hey, we're taking on Buzzrock and it's gonna be fine. I just don't pretty much feel that way now, especially during my testing. But I'm only playing from Buzzwell's side because the people I've been testing against are the ones running Zoroark.
Yeah.
So
that was one of my questions. So go ahead.
I agree. If you go first as Buzzrock, it's 95-5. It's actually insane.
You landslide.
And if you go first as Zoroark, it's still 60-40 in favor to Buzzrock.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go first as Buzzrock, the matchup is actually insanely favored. It's crazy. It's pretty much actually energy attachment, because like then they don't get to do the Mew trick, because you like put an energy on a Baby Buzz, put an energy on a Rockruff. You have an extra turn to find max elixirs for your second Rockruff if you need it. You can set up a swing around to deal with it, because like the only real threat is, like say I mentioned, the Mew EX killing 2 Baby Buzz is really annoying. So if you have the extra turn to just set up any kind of response to that, there's like no way for them to ever get back in the game. And you get to like chase their Rockruff immediately if they ever put energy on. You basically get to chase whatever they put energy on, really. It's just over real fast.
And they need to find the float stone in a way to move themselves into Mew EX, or put it on the bench and like make it scary. There's so many like little stupid decisions they have to make on their end that you don't on your end because you went first.
Yeah.
And they have to hit everything in stride and in the correct order, and like you can't always do that because not everyone can God draw. But Buzzwole just does it so efficiently. You can have a dead hand, have a Brooklyn Hill, and you're like, yo, we're chilling. Elixir energy game. So.
Yeah. Sometimes as Zoroark, you could also try to play the long game, and try to take out their artillery early. I did that a couple times, or I tried that a couple times. Lists are running way thinner lines of artillery, so most of the time it's going to be 2-1 maximum nowadays. So if you can take out the artillery, if they evolve into an artillery too early, and then start ending them, you can also potentially make a... I guess I've been playing Zoropod more than Zoroark, but you can make a Golisopod armor press and stick for a couple turns. And that's another way you win. So, I mean, I don't think the matchup is as simple when you're playing against a better
Buzzrock player, better Buzzrock player. Like the scenarios that some people always mention to me and they bring it up, and I know we're on the true and false thing, so I'm sorry we're like ranting off Seagull.
You've answered two other questions already. This is good.
Yeah. Like we've entered the whole new realm of like. There's a lot of people asking me why do so many top players say good Buzzrock players, you know, versus like as opposed to like regular players saying that. And I was also in this camp. I always thought that before Beast Ring and all that, the Buzzrock was brainless and you just hit elixirs and won. After like the release of Baby now. and then Beast Energy added in, or Beast Ring, all that garbage. Like as soon as all that and Beast Energy, like that card's ridiculous. So like everything about it just seems very meticulous and very like well thought out decision making that other players aren't doing. They're failing to pilot the list correctly, and they're failing to see getting the value out of the lines that they play and the like the manner in which you play them, the sequence in which you play them. Like even just benching a GX, like I've seen tons of people like when they go turn 1, Brooklyn Hill bring in a Buzzwole GX, I'm probably like, oh, I'm gonna win this game.
Yep.
Just because like they don't know what they're doing. And that's the difference between, I play tested against Buzzrock and I beat them 4-0. And I was like, why don't you play test against a good player? No offense. But like if you don't have experience or like you don't know it too well, it's really hard for top players to talk about it too. Because if they're willing to say that online, then some people do get butthurt. And we're all trying to be both like competitive players, have our good opinions and try to voice our opinions. At the same time, we represent something more than ourselves. If you're sponsored or
except
if you're
for Sam.
Except for Sam, you can just talk about whatever he wants. Right, so
I do say whatever I want.
Yeah, so when you have like when we say good Buzzrock players, there's like a whole nother level of thinking that you can see if you watch some streams and if you watch like top players pilot the list and they're able to talk it out. Yeah. Instead, you get this like, oh, I'm playing Psychic Attackers and I'm playing Malamar, so I ought to win them, right? And I'm like, once you go against a good one, you'll see you don't. Like once they get Lycanroc online, you'll see that the world changes, and that it's not just as free as you think it is. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I also think there's a reason that, like, I know Zoropod won Mexico City Regionals, and I know some of my friends, Pablo won an SP recently, Zoropod. I know Simon Erode won a League Cup this weekend, Zoropod. Like, there's a reason why some top players are still choosing Zoroark, and that's because, look, if you think you're gonna play against 10 Buzzwole decks in your 15 rounds at an NAIC, then play Psychic Malamar, right? But if you think you're going to play against a diverse metagame, people are going to bring in other decks other than Buzzwole because people want to counter the meta, or people are playing for fun. They'll play Lapras, they'll play, they'll play whatever. Then you gotta think about that as well in your deck choice. Cool. And I think Zoroark has a better matchup against the field in some decks in the field. Azul's rolling his eyes at me. But
no, I was trying to fix something with my computer. Don't worry,
sure.
Sure. So we answered. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So we answered. Zoroark can handle Buzz. Mostly we answered that. Buzz's BDIF was another one. I think we can go through this pretty quickly. Buzz's BDIF. Azul, you start. True. False. Russ.
True.
Joe.
True.
Sam.
Just kidding. True.
Okay. Cool. Now let's get into some
Nice
more
try.
interesting ones. Tina promo in Malamar still loses to Ninja. True or
Depends.
false? Russ.
False.
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 Joe.
False.
Sam.
False, unless you're not running Mewtwo GX for some reason, and then
You can run Mewtwo Pressure, you can run Inkay and Hypnosis, they're dumbass, so they can't Shadow Stitch you. And then
Like, unless you're
you can
running-
float, you can energy
Nope.
retreat the Inkay and bop them with the Giratina, because it does one whatever.
110.
Greninja
sure.
6 shots Mewtwo pressure.
Are we talking
Yeah.
about Ultra Necrozma or Psychic? Does it matter? Or are we talking about both?
I'm talking about the better play, apparently, which is Psychic.
Okay.
Not Ultra.
If
I mean,
you
Psychic-
parallel yourself, it does 0 damage to Mewtwo.
I'm playing Parallel in Malamar? What is this?
Some
Are we
people
in-
are. A
we
lot
in-
of people
Are we
are.
in May, dude? Are we back in May?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't play Parallel Malamar anymore, but that's a different.
I wouldn't.
No,
Okay.
like what you literally have to. I could go get coffee and come back, and my Mewtwo is probably still alive.
Azul, what were you going to say?
We're talking about Psychic Malamar, right?
Yeah.
Or, okay, yeah. If you have Pressure Mewtwo, and I mean, you don't even need Pressure Mewtwo. If you just have like Tina promo and some stuff, you should just win.
Okay.
Yeah, Tina promo and stuff is enough.
Golly Zoro is the best Zoro. Joe.
False.
Sam.
Golly
Zoro is the best Zoro.
Sorry, Ben is right here talking right
That's
now.
fine.
Golly's where I think it is the best Zoro. True.
Okay. Azul.
True.
Russ
Is it Golly Zoro?
is the best Zoro.
Absolutely. True.
All right. Joe, I'm surprised that you're in the minority here, so you start. Why is Zoroark? I assume Zoroark is your answer.
No, Zoroark Greninja GX. Have you not heard?
Stop. Joe, what's the best Zoro variant?
Zoroark.
Okay. Why is it better than Golisopon?
I don't think it's that much better. I just think it applies a lot more early pressure.
Okay.
That's it.
You like the aggression, my man. That's pretty much
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I'd rather have aggression than control. Like comes down to it.
Yeah, I guess.
So why?
I don't know who it was that told me this, but someone told me this, and I've been parroting this for a couple of weeks. But
Okay.
Zoropod has a 1 energy Oko on every card in Buzzrock.
That's savage.
So it gives you a lot more flexibility to play against the BDIF, and you don't even take a bad matchup. I think the Zoropod Zoroark matchup is very 50-50. I really do.
Really?
Going
I
first.
think it's favored to rock unless you have double enhanced hammer.
Yeah, I agree. You need doubly hammer.
55-45. Like
Well,
it's not by much by far is what I'm saying, but I think without double enhanced hammer you don't even make it 50-50.
Sure. I mean, you can cut some text for, like, you can cut an enhance for Latios or second ace roll or whatever it is, or you can put in a second enhance. Like, you can do all that.
Acerola, what list are you playing, bro?
He's playing
That's spice.
I've only played 1 Acerola. Is that bad?
No,
You said cut second Acerola. I was like, why do you have second
why
Acerola
is
in
it
there
too
to
big?
begin with, bro?
Yeah. Sure. But I'm saying, like, you can. I think you can obviously tech it out to be better against Zoroark or better against other things, but I think in general, matchup. One thing that Benji Fam,
since the beginning of time though, right?
one thing that Benji Fam has said continuously for the last 6 months or something is that he's only ever playing Zoropod. He's only ever lost 1 match to Zoroark in his life.
Champion.
So
Baller.
He lives in EU. I saw that stream. I saw the plays on there.
Yeah, I don't. Do
No,
European
thanks,
players? He could be 0-1. I don't think European players
Yeah,
play
yeah.
Zoroark, bro. He could just be 0-1 against Zoroark. European players don't play Zoroark, like, which is fine. You know, Zoropod's also good, but like, that's actually like one defining thing, like national or not regionally that's been kind of cool. Is actually the Zoroark decks that the regions favor. We Americans heavily more favor Zoroark, and Europeans like the Zoropod. I think it's starting to shift recently though, with Zoropod being played more in NA. But like historically throughout the year, we've liked our Zoroark. They've liked their Zoropod.
For sure.
The question wasn't which deck has a better chance of beating Buzzwole. The question was which deck is better. I don't think either of them have a chance of beating Buzzwole, because I think Buzzwole just destroys both of them. So that's why I chose Zoroark, because it has like a lot more aggression. So Like I think it's better against Zoro Pod, which is like the other deck you're trying to take out besides Malamar, because I think Zoro Pod beats Malamar as well. So
you think so it's similar to Azul's logic with the Malamar variants, is that they both lose in a Buzzwole regardless, but you like Rock versus Mally versus Pod versus Mally.
yeah.
Or no, sorry, you like Rock versus Pod instead of Pod versus Rock because they already both gang up on Mally.
Yes.
But that's fair. I like that. I think both decks are busted. They're both under Buzzwole.
I also think people are overestimating the meta share of Malamar at NAIC. There was a poll in Hey Fonte recently that asked, what do you think the order of the top 3 cards in terms of, or top 3 archetypes in terms of how frequently they'll be played? And the number one answer was Buzzwole, Malamar, Zoroark. Like, I think people are overestimating the amount of Malamar that's going to be there.
Are you going to League Cups? Have you seen the League Cups?
A lot of Malamar.
It's all
there's tons
Malamar.
of Malamar, dude. And these aren't like,
Insane.
it's not like they're going to go to NASC and be like, oh, I'm going to make the play. They're going to play Malamar.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, we paid Malamar here, I'm not losing a Buzzrock, and I'm going to play Malamar there. Like, we got 2,000 people, dude. Like, these people just covet. They'll be like, I love it. And then you always have the logic of, I'm not that good of a player, and I understand Malamar. I'm going to play Malamar because Zoroark or Zoropod takes no thinking. Whether or not they want to admit it to themselves, or like they know it themselves, or they're willing to like talk about it openly, is I think that people like to default to that, and that's why I think Malamar is still in the top 3 by far. I think it's number 2 because both Zoroark decks are going to split right down the middle, and I consider them different decks because of what they both accomplish.
Yeah.
Next question. Start with Sam. Volcanion is playable again. True or false?
True for Azul, false for everyone else.
Azul.
False.
Russ.
False. It was never playable in the first place.
Joe.
Oh, chill.
Boy.
Joe.
False.
All right. Well, I guess we don't got much to talk about there.
Gustavo might play it.
The only chance.
Gustavo.
Gustavo might play it.
The only chance for me to be first place in North America is if Azul plays Volcanion again, goes 1, 2, 3, and I win the tournament. So yes, please.
Azul, you can do it. All right. Counter catcher should be in almost every deck. True or false, Azul?
False.
Russ.
Almost every.
You can't.
Almost
You were
there.
not allowed to explain. That's against the
No.
rules.
Go ahead.
False.
Joe.
False.
Sam.
False.
Okay. I see some hype on it on everything.
Can we explain?
Yes, explain.
It's
It should be in
absolutely
Zoroark.
broken, and every Zoroark deck should play at least 5.
At least 5.
If Pod had 62 cards, it'd be the best deck in the format by far.
Yeah, they have 4 counter
You
catchers.
stick like 3 counter catchers, 3 enhanced hammer that bitch. You can lose to a single deck. We can't do that.
Sad.
So, no, but I do think counter catcher's busted. I want to go 2. If I can end my pod list with 2 enhanced hammer, 2 counter catcher, and 3 Guzmas going into NAIC, then I'm like excited for the tournament.
I think Pod should 100% be playing 2 counter catcher. That deck should just play 2 counter catcher. You always fall behind in like every matchup except Malamar. Yeah, that deck should already be playing 2 counter catcher for sure. I think Zoroark can actually play a counter catcher, but it's like that's like where it gets like kind of like too much. Like you maybe want to fill out some other areas of the deck first, and then Malamar decks shouldn't play it because they don't have space, and then Buzzrock is like up half the time. And then one of the things with Buzzrock, and actually just going back to the like playing Baby Buzzle, playing 4 Baby Buzzle allows you to slow the game down if you start falling behind as Buzzle. That's why 4 Baby Buzzle is also so important. So that's like its catch. It doesn't need counter catcher. You just use more Baby Buzzles. That slows the game down for you. Yeah, it's not, the card isn't that good, not yet.
Buzzgarb, bro. I like one of
It's cute.
Buzzgarb. What he did.
There's a lot of cute things you can do
disrespectful.
with Buzzgarb.
All right. Latios is the best psychic tech. Russ.
False, and I'm a Latios enthusiast.
Joe.
False.
Sam.
False.
Azul.
False. But are we talking non-2 prize attackers?
No, just in general. We'll go around again. What is the best psychic tech?
Mew EX.
Mew EX. We're all gonna agree it's Mew EX.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
However, like the reason Pablo played that Latios in his list, I got like 11 this weekend, and then why we were trying out Latios, I was literally messaging like him and Jose, play Latios. It's your best retreat option into Buzzrock on turn 1, and it makes plays that normally this deck never had access to, and you punish bad players or like bad attachments or bad openings. So like if your opponent's like a Zoro Rock player and they get unlucky and they open one of their 2 Mew EX and then you just go turn 1, attach band, attach DCE, KO your carry your Mew EX, you now like that's one less like retreat Guzma play you need to make into your opponent. And if you just pop them off with like double Zoro Rock on that turn with Evo Soda, then you're fine. So I think Latios is amazing, but better than Mew EX? God no.
I think it should be like the question is like what is the best psychic attacker once you add 2 Mew EX into your deck.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the second best?
Latios.
Yeah, I think it's
Mew EX, Latios, and then
Mewtwo.
then Mewtwo.
Mewtwo's not as good anymore because Mewtwo doesn't trade well with Baby Buzz.
Yeah.
I mean, it trades better than Latios.
Well, see,
It actually trades. The other one Latios doesn't trade into Baby Buzz anymore.
Sure, but the good thing about Latios is that the 30 bench damage you can set stuff up. So you can set up like the Baby Buzz they have on their bench for an armor press or something.
You can poke a Zoroark twice and then put it in range of your Zoroark with the ban off of a Guzma. That's the play I've been making a lot. And if they don't
turns to poke a Zoroark with your Latios.
Yeah, poke a Zoroark.
What you just said?
I go Latios poking on turn 1, and then they fail to like retreat or swing into like something on into the Latios. It happens.
Then you've already won. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
Because they didn't swing into my turn 2. No, I'm fine.
Yes, the game's
sometimes they have to Guzma around it, and you're just like, all right, Latios, we're doing it once again.
I mean, there's some things he said on Mewtwo, right? Mewtwo's still your best attacker against like things like Hoopa.
I actually think Mewtwo's better than Latios, simply for the fact they can one shot a swing around, Buzzwole swinging around. Like, that's huge. Because you don't have anything else that can deal with that in the late game. You know, they drop fresh Buzzwole, attach, whatever, B-string to it, swing around. Like, it can just one shot it back. It's super efficient into it. And it's better opening into Buzzwoles than Latios. You just push it up there. Especially in, like, Zoro Pod, I think it's better. I currently just play the 2 Mew EX and don't play any extra baby psychic attackers, but I think the Mewtwo is the best way to go for sure over Latios. Latios is so gimmicky, and you need your opponent to misplay to have it be super effective. Like, they can just not bench a second Baby Buzz, and you're like, okay, 60, 30 on your Diancie. Cool.
No, you 30 on the Remoraid.
I didn't bench it.
Okay, then 60-30 on Diancie, and then now Diancie dies to like some stupid stuff.
Diancie dies to everything anyways.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, like you still hit the Baby Buzz. Or all I know is my DCE then got traded into a like Acerola play because you can't one shot it back and you get no value off of ban. That's all I see out of it too. It's your best turn 1 retreat option when you're staring down like madness, and if they open a Buzzwole GX because they're playing 2 for some reason. And then you get a ban 120 play on it. Like I made tons of comebacks off of bench poking. Like I'll do like 120 on Buzzwole, and then Lele trade to the active Lycan Rock to bring them down to like 170, and then Guzma 4 prizes in 1 turn, took with their Beast Ring and Sledgehammer option.
The problem with the Latios playing to the Buzzwole GX2 is you need the choice band that turn, whereas Mewtwo has a turn to find the choice band to still 2-shot the Buzzwole. Mewtwo is just like so much more efficient, gives you so much more time, and it just does everything more efficiently than the Latios. Latios is just like so gimmicky, and I feel like for Latios to be efficient, you need your opponent to misplay. You need them to bench the Remoraid. You need them to bench a second Baby Buzz when they don't have to, something like that, to get like any advantage from the card. I don't like it, but it's not the worst thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You don't like one-shotting NKs. That's all you do.
One shot of NK. You don't need a one shot of NK. That matchup is so free. You don't need a one shot of NK. Parallel City N.
Malamar will be the most played deck. True or false, Joe?
False.
False.
What kind of Malamar?
Azul combined, yeah. Azul.
True.
It's true.
Yeah.
Really?
That's true facts, bro.
I think Buzz will be the most played deck.
Have you played a League Cup this season?
I have not. I have thankfully I have not played a tournament in weeks.
You haven't gone to your locals? All the friends, Beastring, Ultra Crozma.
I have not played a tournament in a few weeks, and I'm very happy about that. But
I think it could be really close though. Like Buzzwole, it could literally be like, it could be like 1% higher. Buzzwole could be like 1% higher than the Malamar decks. Malamar decks could be 1% higher, more popular than that.
We should take bets. This is a good thing to bet.
Well,
I think it's really close.
My perspective is that people are going to look at like the winning lists from the most recent events and see, oh, what did well, and they're going to be like, oh, Buzzwole is dominating everywhere, and there's almost no Malamar, the top players they're playing or that are getting top 16 or whatever it is. So only play the better deck.
That so
People
far doesn't
copy
seem to
Malamar.
have stopped people from playing Malamar. They just keep playing Malamar, man.
Yeah,
Wait, are
dude.
these people like really going for their invite, or do they just want to like hate on Buzzball for the League Cup?
They're just trying to hate on Buzz. They're going
But-
for their invite at NAIC, and they want to go to NAIC because it's internationals, and everyone just goes regardless. And they're going to be playing Malamar or Ultra Necrozma. They like
still,
one-shotting
like-
stuff.
Yeah, if everyone still just thinks that Buzzwell's the most popular deck, then that's still the same reason to play Malamar, right? To hate on Buzzwell. Like that doesn't change.
Right,
Going to
Buzzball's actually
NAIC.
more.
No, because you think people are gonna assume the next level. You think there's gonna be they're respecting Buzzwell, and so if I play Malamar, I'm gonna lose all the Zora because everyone's gonna pro read that. They're not thinking that advanced. They're just thinking I want to beat Buzzwell. That's all it is. If I play against Zorak, so be it. I have Ultra Necrozma. That's a better matchup. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sam, you can start us with this one. Guardy, Mike Fouché is correct about Guardy.
I don't know what my group thinks about.
He says it's good.
I think I need a new best friend. No. False.
Okay.
False.
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 Sad. I wanted to be good, but alas. Okay, Bulu is playable. Azul.
False. False.
Joe.
False.
Sam.
False.
Could have given me the defined playable at least. Come on. All right.
So can I make a comment about Guardy?
Sure.
I don't think Guardy is that bad. I would not be surprised if a few made day 2.
What?
What? What is it?
You're wild, dude. Name something.
Mike
What is
Fouché is gonna make day 2.
I'll wait. Yeah,
It's
wait. What
it's
does it
actually-
mean? No. Let Sam answer. What does it mean? Like,
No, like so I think Guardy's in a position where if it sets up a lot, it can swarm.
Guardy's not even in a position, dude.
Sam,
It's
what
not
do you
even in the
think?
game. It's on the bench.
You have no way to like accelerate your guardians besides just drawing into it, and then you still lose to like a dangerous rogue or just a sledgehammer or
Or a
your
beast
balls
ray.
knocked out when they come down to the board, unless you have them with multiples. But you play one Bridget, like, and I guess you could just go to 4 Bridget, but then your deck's inconsistent. Like Guardian's just such a terrible deck. It was never really that great. Like you just lose to Zora going Guzma, and they kill Waltz every turn, and then they'll just somehow 2-shot your active Guardy, or like Necrozma just 1-shots you, and then Buzzwell just it's not even close, bro.
Sam, how about this? Buzzwell GX with a choice ban, 190. All right. We got a Prism on the bench, 210. Strong energy, 230. Shut up. Like that's all you need.
It is a lot of damage.
This is like in my hand. I just octane into it.
You're right. That's a lot of damage. And
That's
also,
that's
that's
a
the
whole lot of damage.
Joey Rhubarb has said more words in the last 30 seconds than he had for the rest of this video. So I guess I have to be wrong about this.
All right.
Yeah, I think the only thing Guardy has going for it is like you just can't beat Buzzwell, but like you have to commit so much to trying to be able to like keep up with Buzzwell, even in the slightest bit, that just hurts your Zorak matchup so hard. So then Zorak should just be favored against you. Like they should actually be able to just like run you out of resources most of the time.
Have you guys seen the League Cup list with 4 Gallade 2 Guardy? That
Yes.
You mean
I just-
Katron posted as a lie?
Was that a lie?
He went 2-3,
Oh.
and he took the Champions mat and posted it. And you guys are now susceptible to fake news. You idiots.
Let's
I
go.
stay
Do your
susceptible to
research,
fake
bro.
news. That's awesome. Actually, it's not awesome at all. But anyways,
Katron literally messaged me before this video. Let me get your pod list, I guess. Shut up. Get the Guardy out of here.
we have that's the end of the true false section. I have 2 more questions. First question, what is the safest play for a player who needs top like 256 or 128 or 512 or whatever? What is the safest play?
Are they good?
If they need, say they need.
No. Like that's actually like that's a good question.
And this is my
cracking
answer.
up.
This is
Yeah,
my answer.
yeah.
They need top 512 or 256 or 128.
Don't play Malamar.
Yeah.
That's like the only deck that you'll just like get destroyed and go like 0-4. Like if you play a Zorak deck or you play Buzzgarb, Buzzrock, you should be able to get there. Just pick one of those that you're best at. Just don't play Malamar. I think Malamar's the only deck that can get like destroyed.
But I think you're
and you just
assuming
have no hope.
good Buzz players.
It doesn't matter actually. Like
It
you
does.
don't. No, like to get 256 or something like that, you don't have to be like, a tier 1 play. Like I don't think. Good Buzz players isn't a thing. You're either a good player or you're not. Like, there's
Right.
no such thing as a good Buzz player or a good Zoroark player. You're a good player. You learn how to play the deck. Play 3 games with it. You're good. Just go. Just don't play Malamar, and then pick whatever of those decks you're best at. Like whatever you feel like most confident in, you'll have the most success with.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think it's about the same all around.
Yeah, I
Just
I
don't
just-
play Malamar.
Really, I honestly think Ultra Necrozma steals wins away from bad Zoroark.
I
players.
agree. I think it still wins from a lot of bad players.
I've witnessed it.
Yeah, but also like bad Buzzwole players are also going to steal wins from good Ultra Necrozma players because like that's still possible on. It's like it's still fine on the Buzzer side like that.
But I think it's tougher for Buzzwole.
No, because they
players to
cut
do
their
that.
babies for more GXs. I'm telling you,
I mean,
this is happening.
Or they just lose the pressure, or like they accept the fact that they think it's a bad matchup, even though it's not that bad. Just go, this is suck. This matchup sucks.
Yeah.
I think it's a little more complicated than that. I know some of my colleagues here are throwing out good or bad player, but I mean I think the term is a bit of a misnomer, right? Because you could be really, I think if you're going for 256 or 128 to close out your invite, like you could possibly be just more skilled at a particular deck than other decks. I mean I think it's true that you can be uncomfortable with the deck and make poor plays. So I agree with Azul that Malamar may not be a safe choice between your Zoroark variants. I mean, look, if you've been playing Zorogarb for the past 3 weeks at League Cups and you've been got a top 4 and top 8 and another top 8, that's the deck you're going to be most comfortable with dealing with different matchups. You'll know exactly what you should trade away, when to get Trash Lanch out, when to get Garbotoxin out. Do I Bursting Balloon the active Zoroark? Like, those are questions that you'll know the answer to intuitively, instinctively, because you've been playing the deck for 3 weeks. And I think that's going to be a better call for you than to pick up Buzzwall the Thursday or the Wednesday before, play 15 games with it and go into the tournament. Because I do think Buzzwall, as Russ said, isn't brainless anymore. So I think my advice to you, if you're closing out your invite, I do agree with Azul that Malamar is not the safest play. I agree with Russ that Ultra Necrozma isn't as bad as Azul thinks it is.
I think it's terrible.
But I also think you should go into the tournament with the Zoroark or Buzzwall variant that you're most comfortable with, and perhaps think about what you're likely to play. Right? Think about if you want to tech for Buzzwall, like if you want to cut your Malamar techs, like for example, if you want to go to one parallel city, sure, to put in a Mewtwo or something. That's a possible thing, but think about exactly what you want your deck to do and how the last 3 or 4, flex spots in your deck can accomplish that. But pick a deck you're comfortable with, would be my advice.
So before I come off as
That's
like
not
an elitist piece of crap, talking about good player and bad players kind of thing, the reason I ask that is because I truly believe if you haven't played Zoropod before, up until now, and you don't believe yourself to be a good player, quote unquote, or a good Zoropod player, you don't touch that deck. Like there's way too many micro decisions and things that can go wrong, especially in this meta where you would just straight up lose because of the wrong trade or the incorrect energy attachment from the turn before. And that's why I think it comes down to both what Sam said of comfortability with your build, but if you are a good player and you think you understand what it takes to pilot a Zoroark deck to like a super safe play or like to a 5-12 finish, I think Zoropod is easily it, if not Zororock, one of those two. And then if you, because you can run into bad matchups with Buzzwole. Buzzwole does have these like random dead hands where you draw a bunch of energy, and if you're asking yourself what deck should I be playing out of like the top 3, and you aren't already like testing it and you've already decided it's Buzzrock, then I can't really convince you to play Buzzrock. So
Well, in fact, if you've decided it's Buzzrock, play Buzzrock. It's the best deck in format.
sure.
You can run people over, and you're comfortable with it because you've decided it. So,
But yeah, I'm just trying to find myself when I say good and bad players. I wouldn't give a people like someone that decides that knows in their heart that they don't think they're that good with Pod or they don't think they're good there with Zoro decks, or they don't have experience with it, or they don't particularly consider themselves to be a super good player, I wouldn't tell them to play a Zoro Arc deck.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gone a lot through with my coaching. So.
This is my advice to you, I guess, if you're watching this and you have 3 days to test or 4 days to test, you can play maybe 15, 20 games before you go to Columbus. Take the two decks you're most comfortable with and play a best of 3 against each of the main archetypes. And at the end of that, you'll have a feel of which of those 2 decks that you're most comfortable with is going to be the better play. Whether that's Buzz Garb, whether you've had for example, some American and Canadian players played a Psychic Garbodor with all like just a bunch of Psychic attackers and Garbodor. Like if that's been your pet deck and you really think it's good, try a best of 3 against every one of your anticipated top decks. And I know Limitless today published their breakdown of championship points. If you want to find it, it's on Robin Schultz's Twitter, I think. Maybe it's on the Limitless Twitter. I forget exactly who it is, but he has the top. There's only 9 decks that have gotten more than 1% meta share by championship points. If you play a best of 3 against the top 4 of those decks, you're going to have a good sense of what you're comfortable playing and what's good or not for you.
Did you see Zygarde was 5th? Bro.
Hey,
Zygarde.
Yeah, it's...
Excellent.
I would not play Zygarde. I would... I think Zygarde loses to better players because it has a nice grass weakness that you can exploit, it's weak to grass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a nice grass weakness you can exploit. Either that or I've been playing it wrong. And its partner, Lycanroc, is also weak to grass. Plus, you have the inherent inconsistency of being unable to attack for the first few turns, perhaps, and you also don't have non-GX thing to go into, so a good Buzz Rock player can play the non-EX GX game with you. But I mean, Clive got 2 second places with it in Oceania, and Clive is, I think, one of the best players in the region, so he believes in the deck, and the young Szymanski does as well.
Didn't Clive post and say that it can't handle 3 Baby Buzz?
Yeah. Did he
He
say that?
he literally said, "Put this deck away. It can't beat 3 Baby Buzz unless they make a mistake." And then they're like, "You beat that in the finals." And he goes, "I didn't say it was impossible. I just said it's not good for you."
Yeah, I would. If you're going for top, whatever to close out your
5-12.
fight,
Don't hop on a gimmick at the last second. Just go with something you know. Start testing now. Don't take top players' advice. Don't take other things in terms of like deck list to play or what deck to play. Just actually sit down and play these decks and see what feels most comfortable to you in the matchups.
Yeah, in fact, you might be better off playing some games instead of watching this video.
Yeah.
Playing the video for you.
Okay. Last question. What is the best deck that you will not be playing at the NAIC? You 100% know I'm not touching that deck. I don't remember the order where we were. We'll start with Sam again.
Greninja.
Okay. Azul.
Malamar, all of them.
Russ.
Buzzrock.
Joe.
Malamar.
Okay.
I don't know if I should be saying this, but Drew Kennett at some point posted a Malamar with non-GX attackers, like with Pseudo-Widow and Shaman.
With the rainbow energy. Plays Malamar. It still plays Malamar, right?
Right. It plays
Okay,
Mal.
don't play it.
So I've played a few games, but not enough games with it, and it's not bad.
We've updated it.
Have you?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of changes.
I've also updated it as well.
I'm asking them to update it today. Tomorrow we're gonna release his Greninja Latios article,
Okay, well that's not going to be read.
and then I want him to add that into it.
I don't hate the non-GX Malamar. I can't tell you that it's a good play. I've only played 3 games with it, and I'm 2-1. So take that as you will. Against Buzz.
The Shaman counter energy beats bad players. It's really fun.
So I might play that if Tyler Ninamura convinces me to play it Friday night or Thursday. So, I'm not high on Malamar in the same vein as Azul and and Joey.
Okay. I don't care revealing what I'm gonna play. I have my invite. That was my goal this year. So I'm either going to play Buzzswole or my Zoroark with Mewtwo GX deck. No, I'm going Mewtwo GX, baby.
I thought you were gonna say trees.
I was gonna play it, but
dude, go the trees.
it loses
Where
to
the trees?
Buzz. So, like, that was the reason I built it, was to beat Buzz, and I still lose to Buzz. So I'm like, I'm done with this.
That's every deck's explanation.
Yeah.
When you go against a good Buzz player.
Yeah, I'm
Even
afraid
now,
Done that
like,
trick where they attach another energy and just screw your Trevenant or
Yeah.
Guzma around it.
it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just Guzma around it. They're just like, oh, I'm just gonna kill 3 Zoroarks because I'm bad and I played 3 Zoroarks against them. But Mewtwo is kind of fun. It's really fun, and I've made my
Mewtwo
goal.
GX?
Yeah, Zoroark Mewtwo GX, baby.
Did you just make them really
Elixirs,
big? Or?
elixirs in a Mewtwo.
No, you just
Zoroark.
lose. You just make it huge and it dies to a Mew EX.
Yo,
and
do
you're
you
like,
set
"Yeah."
up?
No,
do
you set up in one
like
turn.
The Mallow play? You set up like the Mallow play?
Yeah.
Where you put 2 energy on top and then max elixir.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do it once. Right?
Or
Yeah.
you can, like, late game. The last time I played with it, I'm pretty sure I hit 4. I only needed 3, but just because I could, I hit 4 elixirs on my last turn, and then took a GX knockout, which obviously you only need 3. But I was like, super rod, put 3 energies back in.
How do you have 2
8 cards.
prizes?
I have
What's
8
going on
cards
in
in
between
deck.
all this?
You take
Yeah, you
an
get to
Oxo
play a
Zoroark.
max-
How'd you get the 2 prizes?
Yeah.
How'd you get the elixirs and then?
You
I'm
have
just
4
doing
elixir
nothing.
left.
I'm
That's
just
fucking
witnessing.
prize.
Well, you have puzzles. for
Wait, how are
elixirs.
you dealing
Oh, yeah,
extra?
that is true.
Do
How
I?
are you dealing the extra 10 damage to Baby Buzz?
You play
Damn,
Fury
bro.
Belt.
Yeah.
It is lit. And you heal too, and they can't take it off. It's so good. Okay, anyways, I'm getting off that horse.
I'd rather play Zoro eggs with the Kukui, 2 Kukuis, and then you one-shot Baby Buzz, and they can't deal with the Alolan.
Yeah,
Alolan,
but I didn't invent
Executor.
that. So, anyways, let's do shout outs and we will end. I think it's been a great video. So we'll go back same order. Sam, go ahead and start. Any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to, I guess, your channel for having me. Appreciate it. Shout out to, I guess, I'm going to shout out my own Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at SamStoise, SamStoise.
I got it there for you.
I'm not sponsored, except on my own wallet, so we'll see what. Don't I really want to shout out there?
Azul.
Yeah, shout out Team Cartamagica. Shout out to you, Seagrove. Squad I regularly test with. They know who they are. Follow me on Twitch, Azul GG. Follow me on Twitter, Azul_GG. And yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for having me.
User. Russ.
Shout out to our sponsors, Ultimate Guard and FlipsideGaming.com. You can use the promo code SAFEPC to save 10% off your latest purchase. Shout out to the community. Shout out to everyone that got their day 1 invite. We made a couple posts recently, Sam and I. Maybe a couple people got butthurt about it because they don't know how to actually read or they don't understand context.
Yeah.
But basically, if you got your invite, congrats. Like, you earned it. You did what you needed to do. And if you care about what other, like, quote-unquote top players think, trust me, a lot of them are overrated. I don't have to drop any names, but they know who they are, right? A lot of them,
There's 2 of
like,
them in this video right now.
yeah, don't even consider, like, their opinion of you as a player to try and factor into your mentality of how you're approaching Worlds. You earned it. You're in day 1, and the complaints that I made on my status, Sam made on his Twitter, or whatever else garbage he was going on about, and a couple of other players are making, were just towards the overall tournament structure and how we feel as players who have gotten more points than 400, but are still entering into a realm where we feel like we weren't rewarded in any kind of way. So if you get on day 1, I can't wait to see you. Worlds is amazing experience. It's so fun playing against people that don't speak English, and just like interacting through through your cards, and like having to call a judge because they try to cheat you and they don't even speak it like the same language as you. So you're sitting there explaining. You're like, I don't know I can't even tell him what he did wrong, and like I'm gonna pick up his card and it's like a different language. So I'm trying to make sure that this is like the right ruling, but
That probably helps, actually. because judges
What?
get called a lot more often.
No, because then you get slow played because all of a sudden they forgot how to speak English because they want to get a ruling in their favor. You don't know what's going on. Things happen. Things happen all the time. So enjoy Worlds. It's worth it. It's fun. Buy everything you want. If you made day one, you earned it. Don't really care what anyone thinks about it, and try to get there again next year if you want to play and fall in love with the community. So shout out to them. Shout out to the people also getting mad about me even mentioning this.
Joe, you're up.
Shout out to my Twitter and Twitch at Joe Ruettiger, and also shout out to my sponsor, Team Cardmatica.
Great. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for your time, and good luck to everybody at NAIC. I hope to beat you with Mewtwo Zoroark. All right, peace.